everyone. It's the Mission Critical Podcast. I'm your host, Minister Tawana Cummings, and I have the spiffy Dr. Levi here
For her.
with his button-up shirt on. My spiritual dad.
You just caught me on a day. You just caught me on a day.
You look great. I like it. I like the look. Pastor.
Yes, ma'am.
May was Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes, it was.
June encompasses so much. There's so much going on in June. There's Men's Mental Health Month. There's Father's Day. It's Pride Month, Juneteenth, all the things.
All that in June. But I like what you said, though, Tawana. You said it's men mental health month, and I kind of caught that in my brain. We were talking earlier about how mental health is the men in there, and that is so poor. Sometimes men overlook mental health. So I'm glad that they at least recognize men mental health month, because men are so vital to in Father's Day month. So men are vital.
Yes, they
and
are.
sometimes we get overlooked that, we can carry the weight, we're doing everything. And sometimes we don't stop and get help. I just come off vacation, so I'm enjoying my moment.
There's a beam coming off of you.
And that's only because of our conversation with you and our audience about how vital it is to get away and be okay getting away.
How was that relinquishing to one of your ministers? Y'all, he grabbing his hands. He's scrunching his eyebrows.
One of the greatest things about releasing that over, and it comes with time. Yes. It comes with trust. And, of course, you were the one that spoke for me. I'm glad you asked that question. And I'm telling you, someone out of maturity, even myself, that this was one of the first time in a long time that I'm able to just get away and not think about it. Now, of course, I got people in place now, like an executive team and people who are doing other things that make sure stuff is done. But just, I'm telling you, and I tell anybody out there that's getting away, that's over things, and those who are leading and following people and want to say, hey, a pastor or CEO or business owner, I can do it for you. Let me tell you something, people. One of the biggest things you're missing is not your ability to do it, it's can they trust you to do it. That's allow people to get away from things when they can trust you to do it. Not so much do it, because not the problem for doing it for you. It's can we trust who's doing it to do it.
Right. Well, kudos to you and Lady Felicia for allowing us the liberty to just do it for you guys. I'm glad.
It was fun.
All right. Okay. So I got some questions for you. So think back in your mind, if you got to close your eyes, because this is a long time ago, 20-something years ago, Lady Felicia tells you, Levi, I don't think I'm pregnant. Well, she might not have said it like that. How did she say it, Pastor? How did she tell you?
My wife, of course, is a nurse now, the practitioner. But think about it, she come home, Lady
Felicia.
The day wasn't good, throwing up and all that kind of stuff. And she done stopped by the store and bought this thing. I don't know what it was, this thing. And then she's going to show me it's whatever color put the change.
Men are so funny. It's a pregnancy test, and the color probably was pink.
It was. But at that moment, and I'm not saying this every dad's spot I was in, at that moment, I remember the spot we was at. I remember the house we was staying in. I can tell you everything that day because I take it honor to be a dad.
We call that a core memory. That is a core memory that is etched in your brain forever.
It is. And then to me, it's called because of my own daddy issues, and where I think my dad may have failed at. And now I love being married. Thank God, one of the wisdom I did in my life, get married. But I also wanted a father, daughter. I do ask God. God know my appetite. I did want to have boys.
Really?
I did.
To carry forward the Rozier name?
Well, I wanted to do what my dad didn't do for me as a son.
Okay.
Not thinking I could do the same things for the daughter. I felt that there was a man in me, in this boy, that missed a dad in me. So I'm like, God, give me a son. Give me a son. But God knew my appetite. He said, you need some girls.
Okay.
And I wouldn't have traded. God knew the plan I needed for me. I didn't need boys to raise. I needed girls to raise and now help raise grandboys.
I love that. I love that. So you have 2 daughters now, 2 beautiful daughters. So on a scale of 0 to very spoiled, describe how your fatherhood has played into the shaping of these 2 young women.
Very small is a good word. The very small is a good word. And I think the man in me, they don't realize, and I think parents, if they admit this, I think we are shaped more than them. Because
Pastor.
When Alexis was born, I had 0 experience as a parent. So Alexis allowed me to be shaped as a parent. That when Harmony shows up, I'm somewhere else. So sometimes because Harmony and my daughter, they're 5 years apart, you may get Harmony got the experienced dad, where Alexis got the immature dad. And sometimes they, like, why this now? Why that later? But guess who's being shaped? Parent.
Yeah, for certain.
For certain.
London
Parent.
is constantly bringing up the inexperienced me and comparing it to the now me.
The mature me.
Like the mature me. Sometimes I'm like, London, I can't fight every battle. Okay, they left a towel on the floor. I just cannot do this every time with 3 more of them. Like, I can't do what I did with you. It was just one. You were by yourself.
Then that could be the mental struggle too, though.
It can be.
People will internalize and that's your insecurity or your security or whatever you take will show up in kids. Yeah. Where you're trying to please them all. They showed up on the first step. Child 2 show up at the 5th step. I mean, so you've grown, they've grown, and now you have to accept the fact that, I've grown as a parent.
Of course.
I've grown as a parent, and now I'm going to manage this different. I can't help you with the first one. Yeah. I love being but this thing about being first, though, you got your props, too.
Oh, she most definitely ran the bag up and still does. We just came off a cruise. London. Stop. Just me and her. Yeah. All the kids.
That's the part parents gotta get themselves breaks with. You're different. That's why grandparents spoil grandkids. You're different. You're in a different space. Mom, you want to let me get away with it. I'm older.
Wow.
My patience short.
So what do you let them grandboys do, Pastor? That you didn't.
The question should be what I don't let what they don't let them do is what they doing.
What they doing?
They're doing. My wife called when she said, like they got a pen running all down the wall with a pen. All down the wall with a pen, right? So I like, wait a minute. The dad in me, from girls, would have never done that.
Yeah, of course.
No, this that child. We barely making money. I ain't got the money to paint that wall. Clean it up. Now, dad and me, them boys be boys. We'll paint the wall.
Wow.
Granted, we'll paint the wall. We'll paint it over.
Wow.
Now, it could be also patience.
Yeah, more
Maybe
patience.
Your maturity got your patience.
Your money's a little longer. You get some more pain.
But the issue is they have to go home.
Oh, correct.
And they can't do that when they get with dad. And we are like, no.
Okay, so I gotta ask this: not really necessarily how. Did you have support as a young father, like other men that you could lock in with, kind of talk to about different things, or did you just play it by ear?
I did more playing by ear. The good thing I thank God graced me with is I knew what I wanted. Even though I didn't have it, I knew what I wanted as a father because I didn't have the father thing going on. But I do have some guys that I appreciate around me. Like nobody don't know, y'all don't see him much, hear about him much. But I want to give a huge shout out to my brother-in-law, Kenny Stanley. Okay. My brother-in-law, my sister a few years older than me, and my brother-in-law I think a few years older than her. But he have always been like, if I needed anything, talk to, give him. He just took care of me as a young guy. You know what I'm saying? And then I got married. He didn't stay far from me. And if something broke down in my house, he'd be over there and fix it. I mean, that's just stuff like that he would do. And he didn't even ask for that role, But he showed my life and just showed me how a man treats his wife. Me and my sister married about 30, 40 years. I don't know how long we married. They're older than me. But he didn't realize he was doing that for me because I'm looking for guys who treat their wife right. I'm looking for guys who take care of them. I'm looking for those guys. And they don't know I'm looking at them, but I'm looking at them. Then I'm getting irked with those guys who don't take care of their wife. I'm getting irked with those guys who God gave them a family, and they just, so that's how I learned on the fly. And unfortunately, I hate to say this podcast. I hate to say this, but the church didn't have me much to look at.
Okay, now see, Pastor, I was just about to tell the people that's why community is important, and then you gonna say that. So now I'm still gonna say community is important.
Where I was
but
at,
tell me
where I was at that moment, the church guys around me was not giving me what I thought dad should be.
Wow,
they was not.
In what way? What do you mean? Tell me more. Now I'm curious.
I want to call them one hypocritical. Doing one thing in church and living another way, not taking roles that I thought, because I always have had a church at a high standard. So I figured if that was a standard to look at, I remember one time going to a men's meeting one time, and they asked us to start. This is my first time in a men's meeting. I don't know nobody. I just like, hey, I'm in the community with this church, and so I sit down there, and they start telling stuff. I thought, it must be guys' night. You know, I was from the street, so when we got together, it was real talk. So I was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You know, I was molested. You thought I had. The whole room stopped.
Got quiet.
Quiet as if we all. We don't let the world know we got it though.
And did you feel judged?
I felt judged, and I also I'm a real man. I'm from the street. I'm a real man. I didn't need to. I'm from y'all hit me out. What I'm saying is, when I joined the church, being a man wasn't an issue.
Okay.
All right. Now, I need to be a Christian man. Yes. Yes, I need to be a Christian man. How to do right by God. I needed that help with that. I needed spiritual help. But a man, I was that when I showed up. So what I realized when I showed up, I'm sitting around a bunch of wimps, a bunch of wannabes.
Yeah.
So when the man showed up, they put spiritual stuff on stuff. I'm talking about, guy, how you manage it? I know you guys probably having sex out there. How y'all managing y'all?
Right.
I was too raw.
You was too raw.
I was too raw, and I was wrong, I guess.
No, I just think that some people can't handle that honesty, that type of honesty in that setting. Like just scared to show their true selves, their real selves. Scared, fear of being judged,
I agree.
Just a lot.
I turn the table. I'm like, Jesus, I turn the tables over.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's the rawest of me. I think I was a little wrong at, not for being transparent, is that maybe I was over expecting something with something that those men couldn't give either.
Correct.
And so I kind of I look back now, like, you know what, I was wrong putting that pressure on them, you know, because they didn't know that I had all my daddy issues. They didn't know my hurt, my pain. I'm coming about to dump on them, and they probably got the same stuff going on. Like we just never had opportunity to talk about it. So even men, you know, it's like men ain't in church. Men come to church. Men do certain things. Now I get it. Men don't stay like they should. Men don't show up like they should. And there are different reasons, not because they don't like church. I was talking to one of my spiritual daughters the other day about how it's hard for a man to compete with Jesus.
It's hard for a man to do who?
To compete with Jesus.
Oh, to compete with Jesus. Okay, yeah, that's true.
A man,
and it shouldn't be a competition, but for some reason, in some mindsets, it is. It's like you love this more than him more than you love me. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, I don't need to love him. Like this for everybody.
Listen, like Tawana, listen to yourself now. Slow down and say what you said. Say it again though.
Okay.
You come and tell a man who ain't half saved or say however. Mm-hmm. You love him.
Yeah. Yeah. The same him that you should
is
be
a him.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
So I'm not saying this. That's why the need for a man to fall in love with Jesus is vital.
It's critical. Now that's the criticality right there.
It's vital.
That's the criticality.
It's vital.
I feel like that sets the tone for your whole life, your marriage, your relationship, your everything. Do you feel like that puts a lot of responsibility on the man?
It does. It does. It's already some on us already. Take care of your family. Take care of this. Take care. You already, take care mode. And so what men don't do good with sometimes, not every y'all, not all y'all, is share role.
Okay.
Share responsibility. My wife is good at having children. Mm-hmm. I'm not.
Obviously.
My point is, my wife is good at, let's say, hypothetically, she's good at real estate, buying houses, making 8 figures. Yeah. I'm not.
Right.
If I'm not careful, I don't do well with shared roles.
Yeah.
Or you owning your responsibility, I own my responsibility, and one role do not negate of the other or take away the fact that you still give me my props where I own it at, and I still give you where yours at. But sometimes men don't do well with that. So now they got to compete with Jesus.
Ooh.
I know.
I
know. It's known as.
It is so true what you're saying.
And I hate to say it,
but it's right. It's tight, but it's right.
It's men's month, right? It's mental health month, and all you're gonna get men out of that is to talk about it.
Talk about it. Yeah.
And men don't even realize how I just said it. They don't even realize I just said it out loud. Men don't do well with competing with another man. Even though God is Jesus, a spirit.
Yeah, let's put that out there.
He's a spirit, all right? But who they see
is another man.
Is Jesus.
Wow. So what can a man do? It's men's mental health. I mean, this may be something that subconsciously weighs on a man. Like, okay, I have a wife that's always at church, or I have a spouse or a girlfriend. She's in this ministry, she's in that ministry, but But home can be taken care of. Mm-hmm. She could be meeting all of his needs, but then he just feels like there's this dedication to this extra force out here that's not me. So if a man came to you and told you, like, after listening to this podcast, you know what, Pastor, I think I struggle with that. Where would you start with them?
I would start them with them personally unpacking and falling in love with Jesus himself. Jesus is not competing with you. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to show you something real quick, and I'm going to show you something. There's a thing out there called dualism, right, which is totally wrong. Dualism is 2 powerful forces. Dualism is like Star Wars. Oh. Star Wars, like 2 forces out there, all right, coming against each other. That's dualism. If there is dualism, here's why dualism can't exist. It turned flat on its face. Because if you are God, you are never in compete with nobody. Because you're a creator, right? So the creator can never be in competition with something he created. Right. All right? So, man, you were created by God, who loves you enough to allow you to be in his space. Why are you competing with me? You know why? I got to slow down. Because we are almost redoing, and the devil loved this, because the Bible tells us that when God in heaven, he gave us a picture of allowing Satan, Lucifer, to lead the choir. And angels, every angel that's in the Bible is a male angel. Mm-hmm. And now you're competing with God. God kicked the devil out of heaven. Now, every angel is a male role. Every man, we got the same devilish spirit. If we're not careful, it rises up when we get around God. And it's something we got to deal with.
I want to pray for the people on that. I'll wait to the end.
It's something we got to deal with. It's something we got to deal with. If we don't talk about it, though, it's that humanistic God theory. I am so. Here's the thing about men sometimes. We won't compete with your job because we think we benefit from it.
Stop it.
We won't compete with you going to the gym. Because we benefit from it. We won't compete with you going to the grocery store because we feel we are benefit from it. But when you go to that church and when you bow your knee, when you get in that Bible, and who I can't see it all, I can't compete with him So I'm gonna make your life miserable at times. Cause I don't see it. That's why mental health is serious. And that's part of mental health we're gonna talk about. It's in our subconscious mind.
For sure.
Sure.
So as a wife, I would say to the wife or the, spouse out there, to the girlfriend, to the whoever is dating that person, that man, and feels that way, do not come off the wall. Okay? Don't come off the wall. That means don't stop praying.
Don't stop praying. Because the creator is that it's hard though. I'm telling y'all.
Oh, yeah.
The church is full of the absences of a man. But if a man ever find out who he is in God, if he ever find out who he is in God, what?
For certain.
Oh my goodness.
Demons better be.
Demons talking about. That's why
household saved.
We talked about. We didn't. We used the word, I think, loosely a little bit, because we're not here to beat up nobody on whatever choice of sexuality you choose. But do you realize that Pride and the Supreme Court stuff they did about same-sex marriage has everything to do
with the man?
About the man.
I believe it. The absence of the man.
Listen.
In some household.
Listen. You go to any church, especially African American churches, 2-1. Yeah. Either in prison or they gay.
Wow. You
gotta fix it.
Yeah.
And not in a bad way, not mad people. It's not a podcast to beat you up, guys. But that's just our reality. Yeah. That's our reality. My daughter, I got 2 daughters. Thank God when I'm married.
Yeah.
I got one I don't know, because the picking's so small now.
Yeah.
We got to get them back. We got to find a way, like you said earlier, pray them back.
Yeah.
Not beat them up or pray them back. But now, men, as you come back, don't get crazy. Realize you were missing.
Right. You can't just show up like you've been there. I mean, seriously, Pastor, because there may be somebody who's been spiritually absent. They've been physically there with their families. They've been providing for Christmas. They may, they've been providing through the year. Wow. And then maybe they just get saved, or maybe they, just are now walking with God on their spiritual journey. Don't act like to the wife that you've been like this for your whole life. That's going to go sideways.
Well, I think what you said something earlier about community. I hate to overtalk you, don't forgive me that. But that's why, men, you need community. You need men, other biblical men you trust. These guys are getting saved tomorrow and trying to do it on their own.
Oh, absolutely.
And you struggle on your own, so why you think you can do it on your own?
And I'm not just saying for the men. I'm just saying for a believer in general. Yeah,
believe in general. You're right. You're right.
Being on your own, because then you start making up things on your own accord. You all on the wrong page. It's like taking a test and not having anybody to grade your work.
Ooh.
You don't ever want to do that. Ooh. You need somebody to tell you, right. Let me show you where you went left here.
But the pride in a man is don't want to be looking under my hood. I want you to think I'm to think I got it going on.
That is so funny. And I'm going to tell you why, because in medicine, we see so many women and they're like, check everything from head to toe. Okay, just check everything. And then we get men that come in like, oh, no, I nope, can't do that. You don't want you looking at this. And I'm like, okay. Why is it that women are more open, seemingly?
We're just not.
Yeah, we can be very close.
Remember when Adam and Eve sinned, the first thing they did when God showed up, cover. Cover up.
Oh.
Cover up. Shame. That's all from the devil. It really, I don't blame him for everything, but the root of sickness, everything that's contrary to God, is the root of the devil. That's why all of us need God. We gotta have him.
We gotta have him.
That's
a must-have.
It is Mental Health Month for the man. I realize that. But I'm telling you something. That's our reality, and we need help on all levels. And I thank God how far we've come. I thank God for where we're going. But I'm telling you something. On this podcast, I hope it helps somebody. I don't know.
Oh, I know it helped me.
I don't think
I'm not a man.
But I'm praying the men back, and not just come back. Because coming back home can still be raggedy. They'll call you. Yeah. My dad left us. I promise if he had show back next year the same way, it's still been raggedy. Leave. I'm talking. But if you're gonna come back and be ready to be reformed and transformed, which means take the humble road. Realize you wasn't there, but now I want to take a position and love my family, and I ask for y'all help and y'all patience as we walk through this together.
Amazing. All right, family.
I know. You said a lot.
Mission Critical Podcast. I mean, this is where you get all the things that you didn't know you needed. Follow us, ring our bell, subscribe to our channel. We want to see you back right here. Okay.